Hello and welcome to K-Stop. As always, I am Jeff Benjamin here, joined by the woman I would undoubtedly vote leader of my girl group, Tina Zhu.
Oh, wow. Oh my gosh. Such an intro.
Such an intro. Tina, how you doing?
Doing okay. How was your long extended break?
It was okay. I've been a little sick, so apologies if I'm coming off a
no.
little little
Yeah.
lower than usual, a little more Barry White than usual.
Yeah.
But I got
A
my
little-
tea, feeling all right. How about you?
Doing okay. I spent the majority of the long weekend watching NBA All-Star coverage.
Yes.
Speaking of NBA All-Star, I want to give a quick shout out to former EXO member Crissle for putting in some minutes in Friday's NBA Celebrity All-Star game. Chris, who is now a solo singer and actor for those who are not aware, he became the first Chinese-born participant in the Celebrity All-Star game, and he managed to make Team Canada proud with a respectable 6 points on 3 for 9
Nice.
shooting. He also managed to grab 7 boards, which I think is actually not too bad for someone who is, I think, 6'2". So he's not a huge dude.
Right.
So yeah, big ups to Chris Wu. Really enjoy seeing him out there, sharing the court with legends like T-Mac, and really cool. So
And I heard he got a lot of like screams, like, and people were like, "Who is this
yeah,
guy?
yeah,
Why
right,
is these people screaming so
right.
much?"
And I actually didn't know that he was Canadian, which would make sense if he's on Team Canada. But yeah, and like I love Drake, so to see him out there,
Yeah.
hanging
Tina's
out
a
with Drake. Oh,
huge
yeah.
Drake
For
fan,
those
by
of
the
you
way.
who don't know,
By
outside
the
of
way.
K-pop.
But yeah, no. It's been but I'm so it's been a great long weekend. Of course, it was just the Grammys. It's also I'm quite tired from the Grammys.
Yeah.
But there's been so much stuff that
lot
happened.
of
Just
stuff
last week was
happened.
pretty quiet, just because it was Lunar New Year and stuff. Already, there's so much stuff to like pack into this episode.
Right,
So
right.
I'm pretty pumped.
Yeah,
let's
let's do it.
Let's get into it. So, of course, before we get into the new music and the charts and everything, we of course told you guys, so many times that we really wanted to make you part of this episode, and we want to, whether those comments are on on Twitter or on iTunes or on Fuse.tv, we really want to include you guys in this. So we're gonna kick off today with just some comments that we got and some feedback we got from last week's episode, our debut episode, nonetheless.
Yeah.
So the first person we're gonna shout out, and we saw a lot of love from BTS fans, Winner fans, Taeyang fans, but someone particularly we wanted to call out was What Will Said at WELIL_E_21. Who,
Wow, Jeff, you butchered that one.
just dyslexia coming in. Coming to us from South Africa, they wrote, Jeff Benjamin, Tina, it would be cool to hear how you guys got into K-pop on the podcast. Can't wait for the next
Ooh,
show.
good
So thank you
question.
so much for first off listening. And yeah, Tina, I'm kind of I actually don't know this about you.
It's actually not very exciting. Well, So I am an avid YG Entertainment fangirl. I don't know. Well, I don't know why I started it like that, because how I got into it didn't really have much to do with YG.
Okay.
I guess like I said that because I'm a big Bang fan. I was around for their debut, and that was a decade ago, believe it or not.
Yes.
But before Big Bang, I was actually a huge Rain fangirl. So I think it was a single, It's Raining. And you know how Rain likes his, I don't know, what do you call it, like incorporating his name into song titles and whatnot.
Just call it narcissism.
Oh,
No, just
okay,
kidding.
okay, Jeff.
I love Rain.
But yeah, that was when I was watching his dramas and following his career a lot, and I was just, oh my God, I was off the walls, obsessed with him. Yeah, and that's kind of how I fell into K-pop. I feel like Rain and Seven,
Yeah.
kind of got a lot of people into K-pop.
Yeah,
with the
totally.
dance R&B thing. But yeah, that's pretty much how I got
Right.
into it. And then I started tweeting about it, and then I wrote about it for, a little bit,
Right.
and just kept following along with it. And I don't write for it anymore, but, still follow along. And
Yeah. And for those who don't know, who didn't catch our first episode, Tina's written about K-pop for places like MTV and Fuse TV as well. So she knows her stuff. She wouldn't be on
thank you,
this
thank
wouldn't be here if she didn't. So I totally trust her.
and your story.
And me personally, yeah, I really didn't. I have YouTube to thank. First and foremost, just because I wasn't importing CDs when I was in my middle school or anything. It really started when YouTube and came out, and it was just so much easier for music to be shared, especially international music. And it really was a lot of writers and critics and music people whose music opinions I respected and wanted to listen to what they said. They were really excited about this, and it took me a moment, but eventually I'd listen to one thing because they really recommended it, and slowly but surely I just sort of really liked one song, and I wanted to check out the music video.
Who was recommended to you first? Do you remember?
Oh, I mean, I read a ton of stuff, but I will say something that really struck with me was I was reading the descriptions for After Schools because of you, which is kind of random.
Is solid. That whole EP mini album was incredible. I think that had Because of You and I'm like blanking on what the other title track was, but yeah, that was I feel like their peak.
It was so exciting, and it had everything. It had dance, it had rapping, it was sad, it was a ballad, it was all over the place, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is everything I wanted in a or in a pop song. So that's when I also really just learned the power of words, and I wanted to share that, and in case you missed it last week, I've written about K-pop. I write about it for Fuse TV. We're here, I write about it for Billboard and Rolling Stone and Nylon and places like that. So it's been really cool that that those kind of experiences kind of shaped.
It's definitely been a journey for you.
Oh, it's been a journey. Yes, exactly. So thanks so much to for What Will Said for reaching out to us and asking us about our past.
Thank you.
We also want to shout out Danielle Gerardo from Southwestern Oregon Community College. She actually left this comment on our iTunes page. She wrote, I mean, that's cool and everything, but you got to know you're on very thin ice when it comes to certain subjects in the K-pop world, right? Netizens tear you apart if you say something they don't like. I mean, more power to you. Good luck.
Ooh, I mean, she speaks the truth, but
she speaks the truth. For those who don't know, netizens is sort of like the coined term that a lot of K-pop fans give to like the very harsh internet commenters in Korea and in Asia who just sort of,
they patrol the web essentially.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. It's unlike sort of what we may have here in America in that like companies will monitor these comments and make sure public support is in their favor because the internet is just such an integral part of
it's a lot of forum users.
Yes.
Yeah.
So total shout out to Danielle for realizing that a lot of times they may not be happy with what we're saying or anything, but I really wanted to create this podcast in the sense that, we're going to talk freely. We're going to talk openly. This is a place to discuss, we're not going to be trashing people for no reason. We're going to come at it with
it's a space for discussion.
Yeah. So. For discussion, in-depth, insightful discussion.
Right. And we would hope that, even if we disagree with your opinion, that you will still, find where we're coming from interesting and still, hear us out.
Exactly. We're not going to make fun of people. This isn't a place to just put people down. It's going to be, we're really excited to bring something fresh and something insightful to fans. Yeah. And last but not least, Claire Mulligan left us an awesome comment saying, so excited about the new K-Stop Fuse TV podcast. Would love to hear thoughts about AOA by Lim Kim and other K indie pop. And first off, AOA is an incredible song. Was one of my favorites from last year. I did a ranking for Billboard of the top 20 K-pop songs, and I think that was in my top 10. Awesome song. And you guys too, anytime you're interested in something like an indie song or something that maybe strays a little differently from the usual pop stuff, hit us up on Twitter. Real quickly, you can always use the hashtag KStop, or I am Jeff _ Benjamin. And Tina on Twitter is?
I'm at hey_Tina with 3 A's.
3 A's. We're just making it difficult to make sure you guys pay attention. So, yeah, hit us up anytime. And, of course, we'll be including more comments in the rest of the podcast. But now, let's just get straight into the music first off. And actually, we had when we hit up people saying, what did we want to talk about in this episode, off the bat, I got a lot of response from this, and this song is so fresh. It just released from people like Stephen Knight and Guinea Pig of Kiri. Really wanted to hear about Brave Girls and this comeback from them.
Long awaited.
Long awaited. So Brave Girls is a girl group created by Brave Brothers. Brave Brothers is one of the biggest producers in Korea right now, and they he just has so many big hits. He actually produced that After School song I was referring to. And Brave Girls, his girl group that he sort of is made under his company, this group is back after nearly 3 years since their last release. There are only 2 original members from this original lineup, 5 new members, but we love this song.
This song is dope. I love it. The video, the concept, they're making like Nike activewear sexy.
Yes.
Like they're wearing just like gym pants and like sports bras, and they're dancing in this like gritty warehouse with like fire escapes, and it was like refreshing compared to what I heard from them before, which was kind of like a standard Brave Brothers sound, very electro dance. But that single was successful in its own right. But I personally love like a smooth R&B jam. So they went a bit more urban this time around. And there's not really like a major hook in the song.
Yeah.
But everything flows really well, from the chorus, the verses, to the rap bridge. I think everything really came together really well for this concept.
Yeah. This is of course deepened, and this is, I really was not expecting to be kind of blown away by this song. It's got a little bit of a melancholy to it.
Right.
Still hip hop though. I honestly could imagine something like, not totally, but like someone like Drake or Rihanna or Tinashe, like totally like slaying something like this. And like you were saying with that video, it's like it's mature, but it's refreshing because it's got this like athletic sort of look going to it.
The choreography was like really simple but sexy.
Yes,
they looked so good.
I could see some of those moves like being like viral, like where they're like kind of punching their hips or something. Oh,
I don't know if you saw
good.
Yujin, but she's one of the original members, and she went totally blonde for this, and she was like serving up sass and attitude, like getting on the hood of the car.
Yes,
I was like, you work, girl.
I was not honestly expecting this group hadn't been around in nearly 3 years, but I do think it's a testament to just kind of Brave sound. They know what they're doing over there.
I appreciate that they didn't go for anything that was too gimmicky, and it's not gimmicky at all. I felt like it's a very authentic sound for them. They could have easily just gone with something really kind of trendy, repetitive, trendy, just to make it more radio friendly.
Totally. Yeah. No. I totally get that. So yeah, we both talked about this earlier. We love this. Thanks to you guys for pointing this out to us. This track is so fresh. We love it.
Excited really to see how it does. Both here in the States and back in Korea.
Yeah. Let's hope this is a new era for Brave Girls, perhaps. So let's move on to our next new release. This is coming from Rainbow, longtime girl group. Been around for a couple years, never totally hit like that huge popularity mark. Had some hits maybe a couple years ago. Been around.
They did some subunit work.
Right, exactly. They've been around. They've certainly been part of the K-pop conversation. K-pop fans knew that this was coming. And I think a lot of them were expecting a lot because Rainbow is, of course, under DSP Media, which is the home to Kara. And Kara just recently disbanded. The big group for that label right now. Or was the big group disbanded? So this is sort of the next girl group in line.
They're considered the veteran girl group now.
Oh yeah, totally. And they had some, if you remember hits like A was really cool, had this like surf pop sound to it. This new single is called Woo. I think they're trying to go for a very similar sound to A as Woo. And I think it was so close to like hitting that like magic of the past. But something about it just isn't totally connecting for me. There's a lot of good stuff going on. I really dislike that clap part to it, and I gotta say the music video was not doing it for me. There were a lot. I love that they went back to the actual rainbow theme. They each girl had their own color and they're wearing different sneakers and stuff. But it looked a little cheap. So some of those outfits were
Ooh.
were not the jam.
Ooh.
Some of those, yeah. I'm really rooting for Rainbow, and I don't think they nailed it here, and they needed to. They really did.
Jeff Benjamin, who is normally very positive, this is a new side of him today.
I'm just keeping it real,
Yeah, no, I agree with you. It got a little bit repetitive halfway through, and I kind of zoned out, and I didn't really know if it was just like on loop, if I just I don't know. It was a little bit standard bubblegum pop song for me. I kind of imagine myself, and this isn't negative, by the way, I kind of imagine myself kind of cleaning my apartment, and this song's just playing in the background. I'm like, okay.
Your go-to cleaning apartment song.
Okay, so now we've got apartment cleaning song and cheap
Yeah.
as our description. So
no.
I'm sorry, Rainbow fans.
We're rooting for them. We really and I gotta say, Jay Kuhn looks amazing.
Right.
The
they
the
look
leader of the
great
group.
in the video. I don't know, if I had to pick between this and A, I would say A was a bit more on the mark.
Sure. Yeah.
So.
Got to give a shout out though to Rainbow's "To Me," if you remember that single. That was an incredible single.
Okay, yeah.
Released right around the same time as "Because of You Too." Oh, I love that song. Anyway,
Shout out to Because of You again.
Rainbow, we're rooting for you. Let's see how they do on the charts. Hopefully, this week or next week.
Maybe everyone will disagree with us.
It's
Who knows?
possible. We'll see. All right, moving on. We got an exciting subunit debut coming from AOA. Of course, AOA is the very trendy, very hot girl group at the moment. AOA has 7 members. They're under FNC Media. Or FNC Entertainment, rather. And this group has really solidified themselves. That they every release they do, it's very catchy, very on trend. They usually have a really cool concept to go along with it. Last year's Heart Attack was a really big girl group single. Had an EDM sound to it. They kind of used this lacrosse tennis player look in the music video and everything. The group really knows how to pull off a concept, I would say. But now they're going with a new thing with this subunit, which of course is a splinter group off the original group. 3 members. We got Yuna, Haijung, and Chanmi to create AOA Cream. Now, I can't exactly tell you what AOA Cream represents other than...
That's just so bizarre to me. Oh my gosh, I think that's just a strange subunit name.
I think it's kind of cute. I like it.
I think it's got to be cute with a cream. You just think of
yeah, it conjures up yummy
birthday cake or something.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so they made their release. All the girls they gave us new hair colors. If you look at this music video for this single, it's called I'm Jelly Baby. And this single, it's very bubblegum. Actually produced by Black Eyed Pilsung, which means Black Eyed Victory in English. These are the guys who did songs like Sis Stars Touch My Body, Miss A's Only You, Twice's Ooh Ah, Teen Top's Ah Ah. Some really catchy songs. But this song is very bubblegummy to the point that I was almost a little turned off at first, but I gotta say this really grew on me as a song, just like Twice's Ooh Ah did.
Right.
I thought it was a little kind of all over the place at first, but this song grew on me, and I'm really I'm having a lot of fun listening to it.
Well, I'm glad it grew on you because it did not grow on me.
Oh, Tina.
It just lacked energy for me. I don't know. Maybe it's because I watched the video at the same time as my first listen.
The video was a lot.
And the video, I just felt like it lacked energy with the dancing.
Really?
And it was just underwhelming for me.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I loved it's giving me so much Sailor Moon realness in that, where they're transforming with the scepters and whatnot. So I thought it was a lot of fun. I gotta say.
It's fun. It's fun for sure. It definitely gave a lot of color, very vibrant, and it's not something that you can forget very easily.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, and I love that they gave some love to these three members in particular. You know, Yuna is totally underrated as a vocalist in AOA. AOA's had some really standout members. They've had Choa as sort of like the standout big singer. They've had Jimin as like this really standout rapper. And So-hyun as like the standout model. I actually went to, when I went to Korea, I saw her everywhere. That was in fall.
Gorgeous. She's flawless.
Gorgeous. And so this is really cool that they are kind of giving some light to three more members. So, yeah.
We'll see how their stages go.
Exactly.
See how it goes live.
Right. So, you know, AOA, I met these girls actually at KCON last year in LA. Really nice group of girls. Just really really sweet and everything. So
sweet,
I'm rooting for them. So, you know what? I'm going to keep bopping to I'm Jelly Baby. And last but not least, this record I'm actually really, really excited about. This is a collaboration between Sunny and G.Soul. Sunny being probably one of the most popular rappers in Korea right now. Just, you know, this guy makes hit after hit. And then we got G.Soul, who is an R&B singer who literally waited 10 years.
He's been around for a minute. I thought I don't know what I thought happened to him. I was like, I'm never going to hear anything from him again. He was, JYP's protege, right? And he was just, I don't know.
But he came out last year. This like great ballad and everything, and now he's here to stay. And I think he's going to be here more to stay with this new song, Smooth Operator. It's a collaboration between them. And yes, if that sounds familiar, they do reinterpret the Sade classic, and I love that about this. It is so good.
It's like he added like a club lounge vibe to it, so it's definitely more upbeat than the original. Really gives it a different spin.
No, and I love that about this, that in the sense that, you know, lots of pop artists, not just K-pop, but lots of pop artists reinterpret, you know, classics from back in the day, and this is a song that I just love what they did with it, and I honestly feel like that this could find an audience past K-pop. If you love Sade, if you kind of love, you know, this kind of something familiar, you know, something, you know, obviously there's a lot of English in this. I really think this could find an audience past.
And shout out to G.Soul for picking Sade, because I mean, if anybody knows good R&B soul, you know, it really is G.Soul.
Yes.
No pun intended.
So love that.
How did you feel about Sunny's feature on this?
He did well. He did what he does. He's bringing it per usual. You know, you can always count on him to bring something fun, catchy, something that you're not going to forget anytime soon. And you know, he did what he did.
Yeah. I would argue only that Sunny's voice is definitely very distinct. It's a little higher pitched, a bit, I guess, a little bit more nasally, and I feel like for a smooth track like this, maybe a different rapper, if you're gonna go with his label, maybe someone like Verbal Jin might have.
That's interesting.
Is it Verbal? Does it? Yeah. Okay. I feel like maybe his voice is a bit smoother, lower. Maybe it would have fit the vibe a bit more, but I don't know.
What you're saying. All right.
Maybe that's just my opinion.
I think I do love that track, you know, and so you know, but we also want to hear what you guys think of that. Let us know about what you thought of these the music. You can always hit us up on Twitter, use the hashtag KStop, and if you didn't know, on this post where this podcast will live originally on Fuse.tv, you can hear all the music that we're talking about in this podcast in a YouTube playlist below the players. So definitely check that out. You ready for some shots, Tina?
Let's do it.
All right. As we do every week, we are going to check out the top 5 songs on iTunes, the America's iTunes K-pop page right now. So the top 5 biggest songs in America right now, according to iTunes. Number 5, Rain, Taeyeon, which we talked about last week. And we love that one. We love that jazzy thing.
We love Taeyeon, and
we love that vibe.
Mellow vibe.
Number 4, Mamamoo, Taller Than You. Now, this is a pre-release single from Mamamoo. Of course, Mamamoo is one of the, really buzzy, standout, one of the newer girl groups, but these girls are so talented. Someone on Twitter, actually, Jess Lee Anderi, mentioned that they actually wanted to hear what they thought of Mamamoo and if we thought they could be big. These girls are pure talent. Like, they really don't have that sort of member that is going to sort of be forgotten. They're a quartet. They got a lot going on. This is a song we're hearing. It's kind of hip-hop-y, actually. And it's a song we're hearing before their full album and before their full-fledged comeback. And the fact that it's doing so well, I think, indicates really big things for them.
Right,
so I'm really excited to see where this album goes.
Yeah, this sound was very unexpected for me. I feel like their debut was very kind of secret-esque, kind of that kind of vibe.
Yeah,
and
throwback.
Right,
totally.
yeah, and it sounded good, and I definitely didn't expect them to come through with this kind of like mid to mid. I'm getting serious like old school YG Entertainment vibes. Like I thought like Lexi, Jin Shan, one time like that whole Fly Gentleman era.
Oh, Tina throwing out her old school.
Love
it.
What am I listening to right now? And like I'm like really digging it. The video kind of has that vibe too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, Mamamoo. Like, and clearly, like this, like, it's not the full-fledged comeback yet, and it's getting such an awesome response, at least in US iTunes.
And it really shows their versatility, and to transition from that kind of pop girl group sound that's that's something that you see a lot pretty often, to transition over to something that's not just like pop hip hop or electro hip hop, but just straight up kind of like old school K hip hop. I definitely did not expect that.
Yeah, it's impressive.
Yeah.
I think there's indicating big things to come with this album. I'm excited.
For sure.
Number 3, Dope by BTS, which is still here from last week.
Still here. It's
still a
Dope
hit.
is that song that's just never gonna leave the charts.
I
just
really
in case
think,
y'all couldn't tell.
Yeah, this song, it's so just fun and accessible, and I really think this has probably found an audience past K-pop fans. The fact that it's still here is really indicative of that. Number 2, Tina's gonna love this. I'm Jelly Baby by AOA Cream.
Oh God.
Slaying the charts.
See,
AOA
clearly everyone's disagreeing with me. It's number 2 on the charts right now.
It's
so,
doing well, you
yeah,
got it.
More power to them.
And I think it's been there for a while. This didn't come out yesterday. This is still here. And number 1 is none other than Hate by 4 Minute, which was also number 1 last week.
Yep.
So
killing it.
They're still biggest K-pop songs in America right now. And yeah, we still love that song.
Yeah,
we still love that.
So happy for them. So happy.
We were actually texting about. I was like, Hate goes off at the gym.
Oh yeah. Oh my God. I get so hype at the gym. Like I can run for miles.
I did the same. I think
More
I
reps.
cranked it up on the treadmill. I was like, yes.
Yes.
So, great.
We're actually running right now.
We are running. I'm sweating because I'm so excited about everything. Yes. Nice. And that's the charts, everybody. And of course, you can hear all the songs that we mentioned on the charts on the YouTube playlist on Fuse.tv, where this gets posted ahead of its iTunes posting.
Yeah,
so definitely
if
check it
there's
out.
Any track that you didn't get a chance to listen to before hearing our podcast, it is all right there for you.
It is all right there for you. Yeah. All right, now we move into one of my favorite parts of the podcast, what I like to call a little thing called deep cuts, where we talk about an issue or something that's trending or something interesting that's happening in the K-pop world that deserves a little more attention in our opinion. So what I'd like to talk about this week is that it's a new music video put out by SM Entertainment. SM, of course, the biggest Korean record label, home to huge acts like Girls' Generation, Super Junior, and TVXQ, and SHINee, FX, etc., etc. SM teamed up with Naver, which Naver is, for those who don't know, is like the Google of Korea, like this humongous conglomerate. Actually, fun fact, I got to visit Naver's headquarters.
You did? Look
when
at
I
you.
visited Korea in October. It was incredible.
Was it crazy?
It was I was beautiful. They had these like smart elevators basically that knew which floor you would go to predictively and could give you the best elevator route. It was so many cool things.
Destination in itself.
Yes, it really was. So cool. And, had like stuffed animals for their employees to play with. So much fun.
Oh my gosh.
Such cool. But anyway, moving forward. So these two huge companies teamed up to create. They asked people to make a music video, fans to make a music video for one of 3 winter singles they put out. That SM Entertainment put out. Red Velvet, BoA, and FX, 3 huge acts under the label, put out new Christmas music, and they didn't have any music. Official music videos to go along with them, so they asked fans to do so, and the winning one was the music video for Red Velvet's single, "Winter Tree," and it was and this video is really interesting because there are some very obvious homosexual themes in it, and it is something that I was not expecting from SM or Naver, 2 huge companies, and of course South Korea is a place where gay rights aren't exactly recognized just yet, and being gay is not something that's so public yet. But here we are having a very lovely music video put out by the biggest record label in Korea with some very obvious themes in it. And it's done in a very beautiful way, and I love the music video itself. And I was awesomely shocked by it. I thought it was so great.
Oh, same here. I have a question though. Is the Korean title, does it translate to Wish Tree or Winter Tree?
I think you're right. I think it is
Wish Tree.
Tree.
Okay, so we just want to make sure we're getting the titles
my
correct before anybody comes for us.
I'm getting my winter gardens and my wish trees all mixed up. Apologies.
Yeah, like everything you said, completely agree with. It's especially unexpected for this to come from a label such as SM Entertainment, which definitely skews conservative relative to its counterparts like JYP Entertainment, YG Entertainment. If this had come from YG, it still would have been surprising to have it be acknowledged in K-pop in general, but it would have been less surprising coming from YG Entertainment.
I would agree with that. Yeah, for those of you who haven't seen it yet, it's a story, this really lovely story of these 2 girls who hang out on Christmas Day, and they go to all these fun things. They're having they're going to different stores. They're getting these really delicious waffles.
Treats.
They're having fun, and there's a lot of very innocent, putting their arms around one another.
And they hinted at a bit of romance, but it was nothing. Nothing was ever aggressively blatant or obvious.
Right, which is kind of the beauty of that video, I think too. And the most sort of poignant moment is at the very end where and this is from a translation, but roughly the girls at the very end of the video, one girl who is sort of the object of interest toward the other girl was she asked her friend, what did you wish for? Because they're at their Christmas tree, they're making a wish. The song's called Wish Tree, as Tina pointed out. She says, what did you wish for? The other girl counters back and she says, what did you wish for? And the girl says, I wish that next year I'll spend Christmas with a boyfriend. What did you wish for? And the girl says, to not spend next Christmas with you. Oh, which is so heartbreaking.
That's so heartbreaking.
But at the same time, it's so lovely because she's saying, I ultimately want you to be happy, presumably because she loves her.
Right.
If you don't want to be with me, then I wish at the very least that you will not have to spend it with me, and you will thus be with your boyfriend.
Right.
Which is so, it's like,
so the whole thing's just so bittersweet.
It's so bittersweet, but done in such, that very sort of lovely classic, in my opinion, K-pop, music video, K-drama, perhaps, sort of storyline where it just tugs at your heartstrings.
Right, exactly.
But it just done also again in just such a beautiful, lovely, nice way. And, I just really love, they really could have gone with, I'm sure there were tons of great entries, but it just was done so well. Looks so professional. I'm sure there were lots of professional ones, but I just love that they chose this one.
Right, and shout out to its creator. I believe her name is Chung Min-seo.
Yes.
And
shout out. Good for you.
Incredible project, and it's great to see SM back that sentiment.
Yes.
And maybe they're not going to anytime soon say, hey, we support homosexuality and the gay community, but
it's totally a step forward.
This is small steps.
Small step forward, a small little cosign. Hey, you know what? That's all we can ask for. I thought that was awesome. So we want to hear what you guys thought was awesome this year. This episode, of course, we want to hear what you guys want to hear about next episode as well. You can hit us up on Twitter. I am at Jeff__Benjamin.
And I'm at hey_Tina with 3 A's.
You can use the hashtag KStop. Leave us a comment on Fuse.tv. And we will see you guys next week. Thanks again for tuning into KStop.
Bye, guys.